Taurus, hey beautiful. Melissa here to do your timeless love reading. This is for any placement of Taurus. Cross watchers are also welcome. I do have a Hierophant and a Lover's card popping out here. You and a Gemini possibly we could be dealing with are a very strong connection. This is a love reading. We're going to be looking at the energy that you bring to the connection, the energy the person you have in mind brings, as well as a potential outcome and an overarching energy, anywhere from single to married and anywhere in between, just whomever you have on that beautiful brain of yours. All right, you guys, let's get it. Lots of cards wanting to talk here. Looks like something that's, I feel like it's been a long journey. We're going to get more, though, okay? And that could have nothing to do with the actual reading. We'll see what comes out in the reading, okay? Anything you need to know about me, Taurus, you can find in the About section, and I do recommend checking that out. Let's get after your love life. The energy that you bring to the connection you have in mind is the Ten of Wands. Then we do have the Knight of Pentacles in your person's energy, and the Lover's card. All the cards that I saw did come out in the reading after I cut, and so this is how I know. So long journey. Everything in this entire reading so far says long journey, and then we do have a choice in the outcome here that we're going to need to make. I believe the choice is at this time when I'm looking at it just like this is like, are we going to continue this long journey going down the same path, or are we going to choose a new path that maybe will be less burdensome? You do have the Ten of Wands in your energy. We have the Ten of Cups here, the Nine of Wands. I feel like there's been a lot of history, a lot of passion, and I do feel like you're in this mode of introspection. Again, this doesn't always, sometimes the Hermit card really brings this very dark, very, very isolated energy. Right now I'm just getting that you're following your cues. You're following your calls, you're following the light, you're following the things that your soul is calling you to relentlessly. I feel like you're doing this diligently, I guess is the right word. Relentless is a little weird, but we do have the Ten of Wands. So I do feel like it's saying we need to learn how to work smarter, not harder. And it's like you're doing all this work and you're doing it diligently, but it's like it's like you're doing so many things. The message I'm getting is you're doing so many things that are great for you, but it's like there's just like this one thing that could kind of, it would this is a weird message. I don't think I'm relaying it right. It's saying something like you could, instead of doing 10 different jobs, you could do the one job you're trying to avoid doing, and I believe that's what this is. Walking away from something. So how we gain self-love, self-respect is by actually saying no to things and meaning it that are not pouring into us fully, that are no longer serving our highest good, our greatest good. This is friendships. Really, this is how we practice self-love. People are always like, well, how do you love yourself? How do you learn how to love yourself? You start to honor yourself. In situations, I'm trying to teach my kids this right now. If friends aren't nice to you, those aren't friends, boo. Those are little shitheads, okay? So what the power we have is not being friends with people who aren't nice. We're not going to try to change them into nice people because we can't do anything about the way they were raised, the shit they've been through, the shit that they're currently going through now. We only have power over ourselves, okay? So we can only walk away from things, people, places, and things that are not serving our greatest good. For my children, that is little asshole friends, little meanie bully kids, who seem to be the people they want to hang out with the most, right? But that does not stop in our adulthood. We end up going after the people that treat us the worst or the people that pay us the least attention. And that has to do with not truly loving ourselves. So how do we learn to love ourselves? Well, the first step is walking away from those people. You're going to start to gain a new power, a superpower, that is you taking your power back from those people. I tell my babies all the time, every time you play with those bullies, you give them a little bit of your power. And I feel like that's what you've been doing in a connection. It could be a connection in all connections, but I do feel like it is saying that you're relying on their approval at this time, and you're not going to gain the approval from the people that you already know aren't good to you. They're not good to you. And we try diligently to gain the approval of the wrong people throughout all of our lives until we start to take our power back, which is walking away from those people, okay? And meaning it. We have to walk away and mean the fuck out of it, is what I'm getting right now. We got the Knight of Pentacles in your person's energy. And then we do have the Lover's card. This feels like a strong connection, like I said. I see them looking away. I see them not paying any attention to you. And it's like the final step is walking. It's walking away. If you've said your piece, you've done your, it's actually just saying that we might have been in this connection for the wrong reasons in the first place. But let's the Ten of Wands is really stating to me that this person's approval means the world to you, and nobody's approval should mean that. Okay? Once we stop putting that power into other people's hands and we take it back, we become mighty powerful. Oh. So you have the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. This is about the investments you've made. You're standing your ground. But there is this need to, the 10 and the 10. We're at an end of a cycle here. It is a need to put your power into action. It's really about walking away from all people, places, and things that do not deserve your time and attention. Again, little shithead friends, whatever it is, a relationship. The way we take our power back is by literally walking away from people that don't deserve our attention. And we know they don't deserve our attention, but we're attracted to that because we're looking for validation from them. What we don't realize is our true validation comes from walking away from them. Then we are validated from within, okay? Okay, so the person that you have in mind, yeah, just a very, I'm getting very, I just don't think they have the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and then the Page of Pentacles. I'm getting this they wanted to put a little bit in, and I never get that on the Page or the Knight of Pentacles. I love both those energies usually, but in this particular reading, I feel like they have done the same, wishing for other people's approvals. And again, because you are giving them attention, they don't want yours. They want the people who aren't giving them attention. And this is like a cycle that we're all chasing each other's tails around is what I'm getting right now. And that's what I feel like I'm doing in this connection right here. Is I feel like they're chasing after somebody who is not paying attention to them, and I feel like you're chasing after them and they're not paying attention to you. I don't think you're necessarily chasing after them. I'm sorry, Taurus. I'm not calling you a chaser or anything like that. I'm just saying, even energetically, if your attention is, it's like going towards them. So it is literally being done with somebody and meeting it. That is how we gain our power, okay? And the outcome here, you got the Lover's card, the King of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. All right. So the Lover's card is about making a choice. And I believe it is, you're supposed to be choosing you at this time. I believe that there's this, it's like I'm getting this very beating a dead horse energy. And I just can't, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's definitely that this person, it's literally, I'm watching you guys run in circles. And again, there's somebody in front of them, and there's somebody behind you, okay? So there's somebody chasing after you that you're not wanting to give any attention to. You're chasing after somebody. It's literally a race. I'm watching, yeah, it's the craziest shit I've seen. So we're in a situation where we've got like 5 or 6 people trying to validate themselves in somebody else. Like, I need you to validate me. And you're chasing after them, and they're like, no, I need them to validate me. And somebody's behind you going, hey, validate me. And the truth is, if all of you stopped running and started validating yourselves by not running anymore, by not going after that or desiring that, it's not like you can just take the desire away. It's like even though you still desire them, you make the firm choice. Whether you write them a letter and don't ever send it, or write them a letter and send it, or actually talk to them in person and say, I'm done. I want you to write it off and send it away. Is there a full moon coming up? Do we already have a full moon? So I posted something about manifesting on the full moon. I didn't come up with that. I saw a video that was like, this is the most powerful full moon to manifest on. But then I was told later that I was wrong about the time to manifest and the time to release. But on this next full moon, I want you to release this connection. I want you to literally write all of your feelings about this connection on paper. I want you to go outside in the full moon and then burn the shit. Don't start any fires, okay? Don't, make sure you're doing this safely. Burn the shit, rip it up, whatever you want to do. and release this. Cry it out. Cry about it. Cry about the fact that I don't think this person is really what you're chasing after about. But what I'm telling you is that our validation comes from walking away. It's so weird. We think we need this person to validate us. We don't consciously go, I need you to validate me. But anytime we're going after somebody who isn't choosing us fully, we're seeking a validation we maybe don't recognize we're seeking. So it's saying here, the validation actually comes from turning around and walking the fuck away from that person. I know, it's hard to do at first. As soon as you feel that light, this burning, your power, you'll feel it right in your sacral chakra. It's crazy. The energy you'll start to get, the creativity you'll start to get, the power you will get from walking away from people that are not treating you the way you deserve to be treated is a powerful feeling. It's saying here, again, that you have, once you make this choice to walk away from this less than forthcoming connection, I don't think this person has been, honest with you. It's not like they're lying, cheating, stealing. They could be. But I feel like you're walking away from Decepticons, deceptive people that are not willing to give you their full heart, their full attention, like you're willing to give them. And I'm not saying to turn around and go after the person that's chasing after you, because I don't think you want them either. I think what it's saying here is just follow your passionate callings towards non-people items. Okay, when God wants us never to rely on another human being for anything, ever. This is real. He wants you to call on him. He wants you to follow the things he's calling you to passionately, not a human being. The only thing that's making you feel like you need that human being is that you're ignoring some sort of calling from within that God's calling you to. It's like you're getting inspirations to do these big things, and it's almost like as soon as I get them, or as soon as I'm in a relationship, I'll do that. As soon as because you don't want to do it alone because you don't think you can, but the truth is you can. And walking away from these connections puts power into your sacral chakra and will help you become this King of Wands energy, where you're now able to follow your calls passionately, anything you're called to passionately, because you have this new. Do some sacral chakra meditations, by the way, wonderful stuff. You got so much potential and so much power, and you will have that happily ever after on the other side of you finding out that you are the happily ever after all on your own. That's what I'm getting right now, Taurus. I'm going to get you guys not a power of love, a moonology card. I haven't used these since I moved. It says full moon in Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but it says look at the bigger picture. And I feel like this is just saying the full moon that we were just talking about. I don't know what the full moon is in. On the next full moon, I want you to release this connection. Again, it's not like it's just going to be gone, vachum, but I want you to sit in bed the night before, even that night, and write about what is making you feel so called to this connection, even what will hurt if you let it go, all the things, write about it, release it from your body, and then release it with the full moon. And then on the next new moon, I want you to start passionately following your callings, or whenever you want to do this. I don't really get into the moon phases. I'm ruled by the moon, and I'm like, F that. I want to manifest whenever I want to manifest. I want to release whatever the hell I want to release. But for the sake of my superiors and what they tell us to do, go ahead and try this. I want you to release the things that need to be released, including this connection, on the next full moon. And then I really want you to be ready to go after one of your bucket list items on the next new moon, okay? I love you so much, Taurus, and I will see you very soon. Mwah.